it started with mini strats, many, many strats. And then it gravitated towards Les Pauls, less Les Pauls. And then I saw something on a different channel and I had to try it myself. Started with this little beastie, the LyxPro 30-inch TL Mini. 30-inch guitar with a 23.7-inch scale length. And when I got started, that seemed a lot smaller than the ones that I was used to. But now I have a problem. You see, I did the modifications. I put on brass saddles. I put in Tex-Mex pickups. I put Wilkinson Easy Lock tuners on it. And then I got another telly, the CNZ Audio telly, also known as Pearl. And I put Alnico 3 pickups, Tone Rider Hot Classics, in that one. And so I started playing that one a little more than this one. And a lot of that was due to the scale length. A lot of it was, anyway, I got another telly, another tiny telly, a tinier tiny telly. And my little darling needed parts. And so the brass saddles and Tex-Mex pickups from this one went into that one. And that leaves me with the LyxPro basically reset back to the spec that it was when I got it, which is good. Especially this neck pickup is really, really good. I like the ceramic one there. And the telly, it is what it is. It was a guitar that I modded for a reason. And now it just kind of sits there unplayed, because when I want a tiny telly, I pick up a tinier telly. And when I want a telly, I pick up the other telly. And so I really am left with this and wondering what to do. I mean, of course, anytime anytime a buyer runs across this problem, the first thing is to sell it. But why would I want to sell this? I mean, the wiring inside is not quite up to spec. It's pretty much a nightmare underneath the hood, and so I'd hate to inflict that on somebody. And you can give it to somebody, but in giving it, I'm letting them inherit the same problems. I mean, if you look around the room, I've got a lot of options, a lot of guitars. So what is it that I don't have? What can I possibly need? I've always wanted to learn how to play slide. Welcome to yet another mod. All right, so I'm going to make a slide guitar out of this. And the advice, of course, is to raise the strings off the fretboard. Now, there are a few different ways to do this. One suggestion was to take these strings off of it, but I've already got thicker strings on it, so I'm going to leave them where they are. But to take all the strings off and then knock the nut out and take a piece of a business card and cut it to fit under the nut, and that'll raise the nut up. The other advice that they give, of course, is to raise the saddles off of the bridge farther. And that should pretty much give a nice raise to the strings so I can avoid bouncing off the frets with a slide. Well, that's one way to do it. Of course, the other way is just to loosen the relief on the neck and let it bow a little bit, and then let those strings come up all on their own. And then go ahead and raise the saddles too. I'll be honest with you, I'm still kind of shocked that the LyxPro, given the price point and everything, comes with an actual working truss rod. Now, if you're going to tighten the truss rod, in other words, straighten the neck, you'll want to turn the truss rod clockwise, which basically means I will bring the handle up towards my tuning pegs, up towards me. So I would stick it in this little part, make sure it's seated correctly, and then pull towards me. But I want to loosen it. I want to go the other way. So I'm going to push the top of the Allen wrench or Allen key away from me. Now, I'm not going to do this greatly, but make sure it gets seated in there. There we are. It's about an 1/8 of a turn, maybe. And now we go down to the other end. Now to do this, we're going to take the little tiny Allen key and adjust an even tinier Allen key. And we're going to adjust the height of the saddles. We're actually going to turn them again clockwise and raise them up. Now you can see as we go up the neck, the change that's taken place. Well, now, would appear we need a bit more height on this end. And now here comes the fun part. If I'm going to play slide, I've chosen to try to go with an open E chord, which is E, B, E, G, B, E. But, as you can tell, it's all discombobulated. Let's go in there and see how it sounds. Now all I got to do is learn how to play the thing.